What is happening, guys? Joel Soria, the Chevy Nerd. New episode today. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at one of the vehicles I've been kind of thinking about too when it comes to the Buicks. I currently am a Buick owner, so I've experienced the Buick luxury and the comfort and a lot of the key things that Buick's all about. But this one's a special one. So this one's going to be the 2019 Buick Enclave Avenir. Avenir is a new model introduced to the new body styles that really focuses on all of the luxury aspects of the car. Let's check it out on today's episode of the Chevy Nerd. Stay tuned. This is the 2019 Buick Enclave, but this one's special. This one is the Avenir package. The Avenir package adds all of the luxury, all of the bells and whistles, and we're going to cover it today on the Chevy Nerd. Now, starting from the beginning, one of the few things that you're going to see on the Buicks is going to be a change from their standard nightfall, or what they also call waterfall effect, onto the grille when it comes to the Buick Avenir. The Buick Avenir is going to have a special grille to really showcase its exclusivity. Right over here, we're going to see this setup on the grille. It's going to have a nice chrome metallic look to it, okay? Really standing out. Now, alongside the chrome on the grille here, we're going to have our upgraded projector beams when it comes to better lighting, as well as our turn signals here. So what you're going to see right over here is the daylight running light going right through there, and then you're going to have your LED halogen beam right here, giving you that real good brightness and look onto the road. Gives you a little bit of extra width as well. Okay, now when it comes to the Buick really focuses on attention to detail. Take a look at that little insignia there. Pretty neat, isn't it? They really want to let everybody know that you're driving a Buick everywhere they can. Now, they've gone back to their old school tricolor emblem here, so you'll be able to see that there. Really sharp looking. For a while, they had dropped the colors and they had made them all chrome, but now they're going back to their roots. Now, right over here, as we start taking a look at the entire body, the Avenir package is going to come very similar to the Premier package, but these are going to be exclusive wheels. Here you're going to see that nice, chrome aluminum brush to them. It's going to really pop out and give you that visual presence while you're on the road. And here we're sitting on a Continental tire with the 20-inch wheel. Now, if you take a look right inside here, we're going to have your discs there with your brakes, okay? So you're going to have disc brakes here. Most vehicles nowadays are going to come with that as well. But one of the cool things about the General Motors is the type of braking that it is. We'll cover that in a separate video, and we'll touch back on that a little bit later. But this is definitely going to give long life to your discs without warping, which is a really cool thing that is exclusive to General Motors and some of their patented technology. Okay, as we go through the back here, we're going to take a look at the lines and curves that the vehicle has. You'll see some of these accents right over here, really giving it that flush look to it, that premium feel, that curvature from here all the way around. It really gives it that nice smooth feel to your vehicle. Now, towards the rear of the car, you're going to have your LED lights in the rear as well, followed by that nice chrome accent onto the tailgate there. You're going to go once again to the tricolor emblem. Okay. And towards the bottom here, you're going to see some of our safety components, which are our cameras there. And we'll talk a little bit about those too. You're going to have a dual camera system here for the advanced technology package. And then it really has this nice two-tone. One of the models we're taking a look at now is going to have that nice tri-coat finish on there. So it's going to have that pearl look right on there too. And if you pay attention to the bottom, you're going to have a little bit of a different look, and it's almost like a two-tone combination. It has a little bit more of a pearl metallic in combination with just the standard pearl, but it really makes a nice accent to it, and you get a little bit more of that sporty presentation with the dual exhaust on there as well. Now, this model here of the Avenir is going to be an all-wheel drive model alongside with the towing package. You'll notice right towards the bottom here, there's going to be that section you can pop open. There's going to be clips at the bottom you can unscrew and take that off, and then whenever you're done towing, pop it back in to once again have that nice luxury clean look to your car. Okay. Now, like we've covered in a couple of the other videos, we're going to have the easy passive entry. So if you haven't looked at that video, take a look at it and see how it can help you. The passive entry is going to be right over here. So it's that nice button there that you can have that nice easy push. Now, one thing too that I did forget to cover here is we're going to see the Avenir logo right onto the side of the vehicle. This tells everybody you're riding in style. You get that nice chrome finish towards the bottom as well. Really luxurious car. Now, let's take a look at a couple of the other things about safety that this car is going to have here. You're going to have your blind spot detector. It's going to be this little guy right over here. This little image there lets you know that this lights up whenever there's somebody riding on your blind spot. We've seen that in a couple other vehicles there. And this also has the safety package for forward collision. You'll see and you'll notice a little camera gap there. Hopefully you can see it through the video. That camera there measures the distance between the car in front of you, and it also helps you out with adaptive cruise control, so you can really have that experience of that easy, smooth drive. That camera is also responsible for the lane keep assist technology that's in here to keep you within your lanes, just in case you either start dozing off or distracted by, the little ones in the back. All right, now under the hood of the 2019 Buick Enclave, we're going to have a 3.6 liter V6 engine. Now this guy here is putting out 310 horsepower with 266 foot-pound of torque. So you're definitely going to have that great performance on this vehicle. Good pick up and go, good strength to head over the mountains, and just in case you need to do a little bit of towing, with the max trailing package on here, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Now real quick, we just kind of look inside this vehicle here. We have all of our things for our air filters there. Everything when it comes to your fluids right up top. Now, if you're familiar with Bozarth here, we do what's called our pit stop service, where we help you out with some of your fluids right up front. It's unlimited use here at the dealership. Just drop on in to our awesome service department right over here. Drive on in, ask for a pit stop, and you'll be taken care of there. To kind of help you maintain and kind of check up your vehicle as a quick little pit stop here. Now, with this engine here, you're also going to have your deactivating cylinders. So this can go from a V6 to a V4 as well. So that's fuel active management system from General Motors. This allows you to have, once you're kind of coasting and you're kind of heading down the road right over here, just like this guy here at a very steady pace, you can go ahead and head down and drop down into a 4-cylinder when you don't need that additional performance. So it's a really cool setup there. We've had that technology for a long time, and now they've moved it on to the Buicks as well. So this covers kind of your performance aspects of your vehicle. Oh, last I forget, this vehicle comes in a 9-speed automatic transmission. It is smooth as butter. You'll hear it shifting, but you won't feel it, and it just responds extremely well. Definitely a treat on the highway. This is what makes Buick one of the really classy vehicles to drive. Comfort is just beyond words. Now let's take a look inside this vehicle and see what magic happens inside. Right over here, we're going to have what they call the chestnut and ebony combination. So this is going to offer that nice dark interior, okay, with the darker brown but ever so light to give you that nice contrast between the two colors here. Now with the Avenir models, what they've added is, once again, going back to some of their old school roots of having that nice glossy wood panel finish onto the side to really give you that accent of luxury here. Okay, a couple things with equipment such as convenience packages such as the memory seats, or what I like to call the marriage savers, as well as automatic folding mirrors here. You're going to have a really awesome experience. Just your standard for window adjustment here. You can lock the windows there. Okay, you can fold your mirrors there. Okay, and adjustments for everything onto your mirrors. Now, as you can take a look here, when you're looking at the Avenir package, you're going to see that nice exclusive chestnut color there, as well as that ebony color. Really, really awesome. Now here, we add some of those finishes that we just talked about. Now we have the nice leather wrap feel instead of that, clunky composite feel to your steering. So it has that cushion right onto it when you have that grip, and then you have that nice wood finish right towards the top, really giving it those accents of luxury. Towards the center of the console, a little bit of a new design here. You're going to see a little bit of a gap underneath there. Normally you would have your shifter connected to the bottom there, but here we have electronic precision shift, which changes the game when it comes to shifting, but it still keeps it very simple and very classy. Now, with the Avenir package, you're going to have your air-conditioned seats, heated seats as well. You're going to have an 8-way driver's side adjustment here, lumbar support, okay, and a lot of positioning to make sure that ride is comfortable. On the passenger side, you're going to have six-way power seats. Now, if you take a look, you're going to have a little bit of a different style of stitching, giving you a little bit of a different color within the brown and also the gray stitching there. And then you'll see some of the accents such as the Avenir logoing. You know you're driving in luxury. Right over here, as we get into the cabin, we're going to notice the system that they use, which is the IntelliLink system through Buick, very similar to the Chevrolet MyLink system. It keeps a lot of its fundamentals and basics there for you to be able to take advantage of your vehicle there and kind of feel at home if you're going between different General Motors products. Right over here, you're going to start seeing some of the convenience aspects such as the heated and cooled seats, climate controls. Now, this particular model has an ionizing air cleaner. Now, they really took it a step further to go ahead and provide you that different experience with this product. You'll see the nice wood finish there on the passenger side. It actually extends all the way to the rear, and then you'll see it right over here too towards the front. It really gives it that nice classy look to it. At the bottom here, you're going to notice that there's 2 USB ports and as well as a wireless charging unit to kind of conceal a couple things like your cups here. You can fold that in, and that has that nice finish right on there too. Okay. Now, towards the steering wheel, safety components such as the front collision detection as well as the adaptive cruise control. You'll have them all available here, easy. Answer your phone, hang up your phone, and then you have your digital display controls as well as your skip buttons for your tracks, your favorites, volume control on the side, and your cruise control settings here. Now, on the Avenir model, let's go ahead and start this up a little bit here. Let me reach to the keys. If you notice that center area, the Avenir is going to change it up in comparison to some of the other models and deliver a little bit of a different experience with the digital panel here. So you're going to have your physical components here on the left and right hand side, but you're going to start seeing a full digital screen starting from this point down. So this portion here is digital, as well as this here and this here, but everything here is physical. Okay, so it's going to give you a little bit of a different look to it. And if you use your little panel here, you can kind of glide through the information center here and provide some information of your vehicle. Okay, but we'll cover that in a later video when it comes to seeing a couple of the details of the car. Right over here, you're going to have the MyLink system, or I apologize, the IntelliLink system through Buick. And this is going to have a very similar look to the MyLink system from Chevrolet, but we'll cover this system in a separate video to kind of show you a lot of the features that are in there. But it's very similar to our last models, including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto through the projection app, Sirius XM on some models, of course on this one. A couple of the things too, if you look at the dash there, it gives you some of the other safety components like park assist, lane keep assist, and to the left hand side you have your traction control, and then now adjustable to being selective, the all-wheel drive mode. Okay, now right over here too, once you press mode, you're going to have a couple of things pop onto your digital display. Let's take a look at that. When you press mode, you're going to have your tow haul mode, your tour mode, and your sports mode. This adjusts the transmission to allow it to shift differently based on what you're doing. So this is a really cool setup that you have. Now, one thing to keep in mind on the packages that you're looking for, if you do not have tow haul mode, you do not have the coolant lines for your engine and transmission, so your towing capability drops to 2,000 pounds in comparison to this Avenir, which tows a total of 5,000 pounds. Okay. Right towards the top of your system here, let's take a look here. You're going to have also one of the other features I talked about this on the Chevrolet Bolt, is going to be that additional camera. That right there is a rear view camera there with that nice HD look to the rear view. So just in case the back of the, you can't see it right now, but there it is. That's the rear, that's the window back there. If this ever gets covered up by luggage as you're traveling, a very simple fix. You can use this little shortcut, have a little bit more width as well to see what's going on. Okay. Now, right towards the top as well, you're going to see a couple of control options. This is going to have dual sunroof on there. So one's going to be an open sunroof and one is going to be a sealed sunroof. So for the passengers in the back, it doesn't open up, but it stays shut. The ones on the front, which will be right up here, we'll take a look at it here. So you'll push right over here to open up your sunroof. And there it is. Okay. Now that sunroof can be opened to the exterior, and you'll have all your buttons and combinations right over here. MyLink system to go ahead and link to the, I apologize, HomeLink system. Microphones right here on the sides to go ahead and be able to hear your speech when you're on your phone, as well as you're going to have microphones right over here next to the doors. And you'll see that on both passenger and driver doors. Kind of scoot through there. Really nifty. Okay. So that kind of covers the front here. Let's take a look at this electronic precision shift real quick. It's super simple. You just follow the instructions that are laid out here for you. Whenever you want to go into drive, you just simply press your side button here. My foot's on the brake. Go to drive, and I'm in drive. If I need to hit reverse, I just simply click here, up to the left, and then I'm in reverse, which automatically brings up your backup camera. Now right over here, let me open this door and close it here. Right over here, we're going to have our backup camera. This is going to have a couple of cameras. You're going to have the rear backup, the top-down view, which is projected by multiple cameras, front, left, right, and rear camera, pointing down to give you a surrounding view to, help you out, make sure that you're parked straight and that kind of stuff. At the same time, once we go back into drive mode, it switches to the camera up front. So, keeps you protected in every way possible. Now, you notice that I shift from reverse. Okay, now we're in reverse. Let's go ahead and go to drive. So all I have to do is now follow the instruction to get to drive. Click here and down. Need to go to neutral, up, there. Okay, I need to park, simply press this button here, park. All right, well heck, let's take a look at the rest of this car. All right guys, now we're gonna go ahead and go towards the rear of this vehicle and see what it has to offer to all of its passengers. So, typically the Enclave is a very nice upgrade for a growing family. As we can see towards the back, we're going to have the captain's chairs, really focusing on that same comfort that we have up here, but now we're going to do it back here too. So they do deliver a couple of those creature comforts that we had in the front, and let's go ahead and cover what those are. So right up here, as you'll kind of notice, the seats are kind of reclined backwards a little bit. There's actually an option to recline the seat towards the back to add a little bit more comfort as you're driving. Okay. Now, towards the rear here, we're going to see those liners that we have here, which is perfect for kids, family, anybody really. So especially here in Colorado, once you get into that snow, you definitely have the opportunity to get your feet in there. Even though it's wet, it kind of cradles it in here. As you'll see, there's a little lift right up here, so it prevents it from getting into that rug there. So you'll have that there. Now that we've climbed up on here, you're also going to notice that fine perforated seat towards the back breathes just a little bit better as well. Now, one of the things I like about this car, as well as with the Chevrolet Traverse, is that with this vehicle, the seats in the back are actually adjustable. So we'll look down here. There's going to be a little lever down here. You just pull on that little guy there. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. And you pull back and move back. So you'll see that sliding action right there. But this is one of the ways that you can go ahead and deliver great room for the third row. So right over here, we have this much space there. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and scoot this forward and still leave a decent enough space up front, look at how much space you've created towards the rear. So somebody like myself, about 6 foot even, can sit comfortably in the back in the third row seats. Something you cannot do with the Chevrolet Tahoe or some other larger SUVs. So this really allows for additional comfort towards the rear. Towards the rear as well, you'll have the leather appointed seats with the perforated seats as well. The third row on this vehicle does go down, and I'll show you that as well. But one of the things that we are concerned with nowadays, living in the 21st century, is plug-in connections. You'll see that little guy right there, as well as on the opposite side, you're going to have that nice USB plug-in connection to plug in your peripherals, such as Nintendo Switch, iPads, cameras, iPhones, whatever you might need that requires a USB connection. Right up front here in the middle row, you're going to have 2 additional USBs. So a total of 4 in the back, 2 for the 2 people up here, 2 for the people in the back, and then you'll have this additional connection here to plug in anything from home. Okay, so really cool setup. Now, a couple other things. Up in the front, we had the dual zone climate controls. You'll see those there again. But now those are 2 climate zones up front, and then you're going to have a separate climate zone in the rear. Right over here, you can go ahead and adjust the temperature towards the rear as well, and set up your own temperature in the back. Okay, so all of those will be your option. Now, towards the back too, you're also going to have the option for heated seats on the left and right hand side for the captain's chairs there. 3 levels of heat, 1, 2, 3. So you'll have heated comfort and luxury in the back too. Now, right over here, like I mentioned before, you have the option to be able to recline the seat and fold everything right over here, so you can either fold it down or adjust for different angles. So this is another really great feature here. As you noticed, there was an easy pull right there, and it all folded down. Everything can fold down in the back, so if you need quite a bit more room, you'll have that capability right on there. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at that, and we'll head out towards the back of the car. And in the back of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and see the back here. There's going to be that rubber option there, rubber button there. You pop open, and then you see the rear portion here. Now, the rear portion, I love the area back here. Quite a bit of space and cargo room, unlike something like the Chevrolet or the Tahoe, where they cut you right here towards the back of the space. You actually have a lot more depth right in here, quite a bit more. This actually has the Velcro liners in the back, which are really neat. I'll show you how those work out. And then underneath here, you're going to have additional storage there. This is really great. Hopefully you guys can see how deep this is. So quite a bit of depth down there, and your spare's actually underneath there. You just unscrew those little screws there, and then you're just going to have your handle right in here. You pull up, and then you'll see your spare tire underneath. An additional connection port towards the rear, just in case you have any accessories that you need to plug in. And then right over here, with elegance and luxury, you're going to have the capability of folding your seats down. Look at that. Excuse the airplane there. And we're back. There's just a couple jets that flew over us, so let's go ahead and continue here. So once again, you'll have that nice space right over there. I typically recommend a lot of this, like this liner mat, just in case your Buick doesn't come with it. You can always add it on. If you have pets, this is perfect, because this is one of those things that you're not going to have too much of their fur or shedding on the carpeting. It's easier to just take this out, spray it off, get it done. And then towards the side, since you have a non-carpeted surface areas, it's less likely to stick. Okay. Now right towards the rear, you're going to have your automatic drop down. Now real quick, just I'm about let's see here, I'm about 6 foot tall, so if you see the height clearance right through there, okay, depending if you're a little bit shorter and you just can't reach the buttons quite comfortably, where you don't have to strain yourself and kind of head up here, you can actually go ahead and adjust this right over here. Once you adjust it to the height that you like, you press and you hold this button here, and it programs itself to the next time that it opens to the exact height that would work best for you and your needs. So after that, it's just a simple press of a button right over here to lower that lift gate there. Okay, really cool setup. Now let's take a look right over here. There's one special thing about the seat in the right hand side of the Enclave, and this will be present on the Chevrolet Traverse, which we'll cover later too. I'm going to do a little bit of an adjustment here to, this is actually set all the way back, so let's go ahead and move this forward just a little bit so you can kind of see. Right about there I would sit fine, being 6 foot tall. Now right over here you can see quite a bit more space there. Now the seats in the back are folded down. Let me fold those up so you can kind of see what the purpose of this is. But the seat on the right hand side is great for families that still have car seats. If you have a car seat, or if you have, for example, a little booster seat, this is exactly why this feature works excellent. And let me show you. So right over here, let's say that you have your booster seat here and it's tied into the clamps right over here, and you're going to go ahead and move it. Very simple. Instead of getting through the struggle of unclamping and doing everything here, it's a very simple pull here, moves the seat, and it keeps the booster seat right in here without having to move it. But this allows for quite a bit of travel here, but enough to go ahead and have that easy passive entry towards the rear. It really makes a huge difference. So pretty neat stuff. Well, that pretty much covers the 2019 Buick Avenir. Some of the features that I've covered today are exclusive to the Avenir. A couple of the other features you'll most likely notice through other models, so depending on which model that you ended up purchasing. But if you have any questions, always leave a comment on the links. Leave a comment below. If it's your first time watching the YouTube channel, if you like the content that I'm putting out, please hit a like and subscribe on there. Leave your comments and feedback on there as we all kind of grow and learn from this. Any questions that you guys might have, you can also feel free to give me a call directly at 970-623-5683. And stay nerdy. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.